the Act Singh. He joined our club in 2014. He served as our club secretary and our VP of membership. Got so many great members. He grew up in India and he moved to the U.S. in 1999. He finished his degree in hospitality management, where he went on to serve in so many swanky hotels. That's why he's always got his button on it. Keeps us all straight on that. So, but then after so many years of receiving hotel guest complaints, tantrums, and insults, he decided he needed to go get his MBA and switch to brand marketing. After his MBA, he went to Hershey, where he sold chocolate, until he moved to Atlanta in 2012 and began marketing for Georgia Pacific, where he is thriving in that corporation. And it turns out toilet paper is way more exciting than chocolate. AK lives in Marietta, and this is his words. He lives in Marietta with his insufficiently subservient wife and 2 boys. What was that whole sex conversation? Yeah.
You can stay with me.
He is guaranteed that this speech tonight will exceed all expectations for ex-hippies. Not sure what that means, Tom. Please help me welcome AK.
When Mac asked me to do the keynote tonight, I hesitated. What do you say to an audience that is comprised of entrepreneurs, professors, scientists, salespeople, professional speakers, distinguished Toastmasters, people from multiple nationalities, and yes, ex-hippies? To make the task even more daunting was the fact that my harshest, most direct critic is in the audience tonight, my lovely wife, seated right there. So I needed some support, some counsel. And I sought it out. I went to DJ. Salespeople listen real good. He listened to me, and then in his characteristic DJ style, said this: "Let me tell you something. You are going to be awesome." There's 600 million Indian men on this planet. I dare you to find one that can do a better DJ impression. Well, with that ringing endorsement from DJ, I'm here tonight. And in all seriousness, this is an honor and a privilege to stand before you tonight. And I want to talk about something that is critical for life and leadership, and that is self-awareness. But before I get into that, let's talk about what that means. What's a dictionary definition for self-awareness? It is the conscious knowledge of one's character, feelings, motives, and desires. Character, feelings, motives, and desires. Character. Well, that means a lot of things to different people. But let's do another definition. The mental and moral qualities that are distinctive to an individual. And to learn about character, I spoke with a few people that I respect in our club, forged in the crucible of leadership, of character building, the armed forces. No surprise when I spoke with Jim about Marine Corps boot camp, that he talked about the inner strength that he found through boot camp, through Vietnam. But here's the Marine Corps veteran, somebody that survived Vietnam, walks into a Toastmasters club for his first speech, holds onto the lectern, and his hand shakes so violently that it's hard to hear him. But this is the beauty of Toastmasters, that a seasoned evaluator comes up and gives him just the right balance of generous praise and gentle persuasion on the things that he needed to work on. And that brought Jim back. And that kept bringing him back as he built his character in Toastmasters. When I spoke with Richie, he talked about character building through the discipline of execution in the Navy. You have to focus on what's next. It ain't pretty often, but you focus on it and you move forward. Sound familiar? All those tedious manuals and speeches and projects and contests and tournaments. It ain't always pretty, we all know that. But if you focus on the next and the next and the next, you make progress. Learning about your own character in Toastmasters. Most of us cannot join the armed forces, but most of us can come to a Toastmasters. Feelings. Nothing like turbulent times to see your own feelings with clarity. Judy spoke with me about one of those occasions. She seems kind of reliable. Would most of you agree? Got fired from her job for missing an important deadline. Wallowed in self-pity for weeks, but then confronted those feelings. Got past them. Thought about what she wanted out of life. If you don't fancy working through your feelings by going through turbulent times, might I also suggest Toastmasters. When I started my journey in the Competent Communicator Manual, the first 10 speeches, when you have to lay your feelings bare in front of an audience, boy, I'll tell you, it makes you see them with some level of clarity suddenly. And all that stuff jumbles in your head. It comes back to you. All those things you have no idea were there. Long past incidents, all those feelings come to the surface. And you know what? With life's experiences, when you think of them after all those many years, you make better sense of them. You understand them better. I think I've learned more about myself just writing some of these speeches in Toastmasters than all the amount of psychologist sessions that my wife sent me to. But no section on feelings can be finished without talking about Jim Dawson. This man is a quiver of feelings. Jim subscribes to Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, when it comes to discovery of your own feelings. And Carl Jung said, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Well, thanks to so many vocal Republicans in our club, Jim has had ample opportunity to be irritated and understand all those great things about his feelings. Character and feelings, available for a very small cost. Your Toastmasters. Motives and desires. When we talk about leadership, all that grandiose stuff comes to the fore, right? Grand vision. The fearless leader leading from the front. Followers following behind, right? There's so many small, simple things, the nuts and bolts of leadership. The organization, the hard work behind the scenes. The discipline, the humility. That is really talked about. And Richie touched on something that links with motives and desires earlier tonight. The leader's understanding of his own motives and desires. When he talked about advanced leadership being when you don't control somebody's position or compensation, that is true for every single leadership position available in Toastmasters. And that is advanced leadership. To do that, Richie, when he became president, had to understand what does he want out of it? For himself, for the club, for those around him. And then understand what were their motives and desires. What did they want? And only with that self-awareness imposed upon everybody else's motives and desires? Was he able to align the vision so that everybody could move forward together? I know that slogan didn't work out so well for somebody, but it did for Rich. Everything that we work on in Toastmasters leads to better self-awareness. And if all of us can continue to focus on this, the world would be a better place. And if you believe that you are already self-actualized, you're there. Find those around you that could be helped become a little more self-aware. I want to thank Jim, Richie, and Judy for sharing some personal details for my speech tonight, but I thank all of you because your feedback in every single meeting that I come to makes me more self-aware. And I appreciate the help as I continue my journey. I part with you tonight with a line from The Invisible Man, written by Ralph Ellison. When I know who I am, I shall be free. Tonight, I hope all of you shall be free. Thank you.